Next topic is the etch stop, an effective way to control the shape of the etched silicon substrate as well as to achieve acceptably clean and accurate edge definition is to apply etch stop. So let us understand there are two techniques to do it. One is dopant controlled etch stop and electrochemical etch stop. So dopant controlled etch stop, in this, a peculiar phenomenon that can be used to control the etching of silicon is that doped silicon substrates, whether they are doped with boron for p-type silicon or phosphorus for arsenic for n-type silicon, show a different etching rate than pure silicon. In the case when the isotropic sodium hydride etchants are used, the P or N doped areas are dissolved significantly faster than the undoped regions. However, excessive doping of boron in silicon for faster etching can introduce lattice distortion in the silicon crystal and thus produce undesirable internal stresses. So from this we can say that dopant controlled etch stop is not that accurate, so we go for another technique, electrochemical etch stop. So this technique is popular for controlling anisotropic etching. So for that you can see a diagram they have given in the textbook. So this diagram will explain us the process involved in electrochemical etch stop. So you can see in the diagram, a lightly doped PN junction is first produced in the silicon wafer by a diffusion process. The N-type is phosphorus doped at 10⁻15 cm³ and the P-type is boron doped at 30 ohm cm. The doped silicon substrate is then mounted on an inert substrate container made of a material such as sapphire. The N-type silicon layer is used as one of the electrodes in an electrolyte system with a constant voltage source. Now, from this arrangement in the diagram, we can say that the unmasked part of the P-type substrate face is in contact with the etchant. Etching thus takes place as usual until it reaches the interface of PN junction, at which point etching stops because of the rate difference in P and N doped silicon. Consequently, one can effectively control the depth of etching simply by establishing the PN silicon boundaries at the desired locations in a doped silicon substrates. So this is how the etching will be stopped in this technique. So all this topic what we learned now, for the beginning if you recall, we learned the topics from overview of etching, isotropic, anisotropic etching, wet etchants, etch stop techniques. All this topic comes under the main heading bulk micro manufacturing. So if they ask bulk micro manufacturing in detail, then you need to explain all this, or usually they won't ask like that. They give a question on comparison between wet etching and dry etching. So far we have not done the dry etching. In the next video we will do the dry etching concept. Then we have the difference between dry etching and wet etching. So dry etching and wet etching collectively it is a bulk manufacturing technique. So we'll do it in the next video.